Hey, it's Bill DeWeese, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach, with a very important question with some very important consequences for your future as a working, profitable voiceover talent. What comes first, the voiceover chicken or the egg? You know, when I first started coaching, one of the things that shocked me the most was the number of people that were calling me, particularly from Los Angeles, who were experienced. They were very talented, had great demos, represented by some of the most high-profile and highly respected agents in the country that rarely, if ever, worked as voiceover talent. And at first, I thought it was just an anomaly. But as the years have gone by, if I had $1 for every scenario where somebody's contacted me with that kind of problem, I'd have a lot of dollars. It is pervasive. And it's because there's not a real understanding, a business understanding of what comes first, the chicken or the egg. Let me explain it another way. If where you live is anything like where I live, and really any place that I've lived, I've seen the same thing happen over and over again. Within a few miles of my home, there are a number of small businesses, restaurants, hair salons, car repair shops, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's mind-boggling the speed at which these things pop up and disappear, and another one comes in to take their place. I think you know what I'm talking about. What happens is that somebody who is a good or highly motivated technician, meaning they may be a good cook and have a passion for cooking. They may have worked for another, maybe a car repair place, but they're very good and they have an entrepreneurial spirit and they want to do it on their own. And I could go on of different kinds of businesses. So they set up shop to offer their great service to the public. And what happens? In short order, usually within a matter of a few months, they disappear and they're gone. Not because they weren't good at what they did, not because they didn't have a good product, but because they had no understanding of how to operate and market as a business. And so the chicken or the egg question is a little bit tricky because really you kind of need both simultaneously, but I guess the warning of this video is to say, don't jump out front with the product. For instance, all the coaching, and again, if I had a buck for everybody I've talked to that has had this scenario, I'd be a very wealthy man. And that is, they've been coached up extensively by great coaches. They have a killer demo. They have a wonderful website. They're represented by a fabulous agent or multiple agents, and they're not working. Well, they put the chicken before the egg because they've got a great product, but they thought that simply by hanging a shingle out saying, hey, I'm a voiceover talent, and doing what they thought was all the right things, because that's what's been preached for so long. This is the business model. Get coached, get a demo, get an agent, and then things happen. No, it just doesn't work that way. And there are hundreds, if not thousands of you that will testify to this. And I would love for you to share your experience below in the comments of this video, by the way. So what happens is that, or what should happen is not only do you need a product, but you have to have a way. You have to have a plan, a strategy for making sure that people who want your product are aware of it, and that you have a continuous campaign or plan to keep people coming back for more. Because if you don't, the sad truth is you don't have a business. You're doing something, you're set up to do something that you love, perhaps you're very good at and you're passionate about, but you've got nobody to buy your service. So I just want to warn you to not get carried away with this outdated notion that, hey, if I just get all the proper training and I get a great demo and I get a great website, people will just automatically and magically materialize to hire me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. The good news is this: you can have a thriving, profitable, lucrative voiceover business. And yes, you need good coaching. Yes, you need good demos. You need all of that, but you have to have a great business and marketing plan. As a matter of fact, if I was looking at this as an equation, I would put at least 60% of the weight of the equation on the marketing piece of this. That's how important it was. When I first got started in voiceover, I had a lot to learn. I had a lot to develop, but I had a strong skill set in marketing. And that allowed me to survive early on and actually do fairly well early on. And once I really got the performance part of this thing figured out, that's when things really took off. But if I had no background or understanding of marketing, I would have been lost, like many of you are right now. But again, the good news is you don't have to be lost. You don't have to be frustrated. You can take your passion, you can take that skill, you can take that desire, and you can market it in a way that brings the right people to your doorstep. All right. So now, if you need help with that, by the way, below the description of this video will be a link so you can find out more about my comprehensive career training program, the VoiceOver Blueprint. But remember, the chicken and the egg are both very important, and you cannot have one without the other in VoiceOver. Thanks for checking out the video. If you like it, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and share, and we'll talk soon.